Kiora, good evening. I'm Mary Joseph. I'm a licensed immigration advisor based in Hamilton, and this is HAV Services. We are an education and migration services company. Welcome to this live session. Just give me a quick second, please. Sorry about that. Right. Yeah. So welcome to this live session that we do every week. In fact, we are four licensed immigration advisors who come 4 times a week each week and basically go live. This is to answer any of your questions. It is a Q&A session basically to address queries of any AJ students that are working with us and any non-AJV clients or prospective clients who would like to work with us or generally inquire about migration pathways to New Zealand. So yes, so this session is open to everyone, people who are, and no matter where you're located within New Zealand or outside, you're open to ask your questions and I will answer to the best of my ability. I'm a licensed immigration advisor, so I do have a license to practice. So this is my license card, which, sorry, I'm just trying to aim for the camera. And in this can be verified on the immigration advisor's website. So that's how it is. And a little bit about AJV before we get started into the session. AJV services, as I mentioned, we trade as AJV Global. Our website is ajvglobal.com. We are based out of New Zealand. We are a New Zealand owned and operated business. And however, we have operations across about 5 different countries, however, catering to clients across the globe. So, in this current world, we know for a fact that, the really borders are just merely, something that's there on the map. With technology, you really can interact and take services from anyone from any part of the world. So we are an organization tried and tested for over 6 years that we can operate completely online, and we have been successful. Hence, we've got a big servicing team back in India, because that's our big market. We do cater most of our clients are from India. However, we have catered from nearly about 20 different countries. We've got clients already in New Zealand here. So yes, so feel free to ask questions. And before we get into the questions and stuff like that, I would like to, we're doing this while we wait for the questions to come in. We are going to talk about one particular school, one particular college, that is. And today I've been instructed by my marketing team to talk about Pacific International Hotel Management School, so which is PIHMS in short. PIHMS is located in New Plymouth. Just give me a quick second. So they are located in New Plymouth, which is the Taranaki region. And it's a beautiful, beautiful town. I mean, I've been there a couple of years ago, I think almost a decade ago, but it is just an amazing little town. Beautiful views. They've got quite a bit of the hospitality industry over there. In the Mount Taranaki, which is the snow-capped mountain, that's quite popular. And so it is a well-known destination. It's a smaller town. It's a second-tier town, but a lot of people do travel. The region is also very popular for its oil and petroleum industry. There are a lot of petroleum rigs over there. So people who are coming in for courses in those areas, you might want to consider that region to study. So a little bit more about PIHMS. PIHMS, as the name suggests, they are purely a hotel management school. So their college is also basically, they do have a hotel. It's a hotel which they have classes that's run in a hotel atmosphere, where people can get experience regarding their roles. Basically, if you're in housekeeping, you'll actually get to do roles in those areas. So there is a lot of practical element in the course. And they've got various courses at different levels. So they've got diploma programs ranging through 5 and 7. That's diploma 5, 6, 7. So you can do individual diplomas, or you could decide to do a bachelor's in hospitality, which will be a 3-year program. So if you're saying, okay, I don't want to study a 3-year program, but I would like to study for 2 years, then you could definitely consider their diploma level programs, which will obviously give you a pathway into doing a bachelor's in the future. This is for 12th standard, or say year 12 pass outs. When it comes, then they also have a graduate program which is called a graduate diploma in hospitality and tourism management. This is open for both hospitality graduates and non-hospitality graduates. So it's open for you. It's a 1-year program. It's at a level 7. So if you do any course, any diplomas between 5 and 7, you get 2 years post-study work visa if you are graduating by 2021 December. However, so that is, even if you start your graduate diploma in February 2021 and finish it by December, you will still be eligible for a 2 years post-study work visa, which right now is the policy. And if you do a bachelor's, you'll get a 3-year post-study work visa. Or because this institution is located outside Auckland, that's why you get 2 years for a graduate diploma or a diploma. And then you've got postgraduate programs, which is a postgraduate diploma in hospitality management level 8 program, which is a 1-year course, and a master of hotel management level 9 program. So this is also another 1-year program. So, and these 2 courses are available for graduates or people with experience. So now the thing is, what is the most unique thing about this particular program is that, as I said, they are purely into hotel management. So they are basically industry experts. So it's it's good to go to an institution. They are a private training establishment. They are not a government polytechnic. However, they have done extremely well with their course purely because they are an industry expert. Okay, you could go and do the same program from a government polytechnic, no problem. But they do a range of programs. They're not industry experts in that particular area. But these guys have been working in this area for a very long time. Now, the most important element of this particular course or courses across is paid industry placement. So there is 100 hours of paid industry placement across their programs. Now, another important factor is that to understand is that you can earn about $30,000 just by doing that paid internship, because it is for 100 hours, and if you're paid a certain salary, and that is the earning capacity. Up to $30,000 is what you can earn, depending on where you are in the roles. In the different roles, they've got F&B, they've got front office, they've got housekeeping and management. So yes, the fees will be slightly above the others. I've heard this feedback from a lot of people saying that the course is slightly expensive. However, the paid internship element just balances it out. It does not really seem very high, because you will be earning that kind of money immediately, and not immediately, but you will earn it over the course of time. So it makes it less burden on you, that because you'll be earning that kind of money. Okay, so that's the important point about this course. As I said, it is good to earlier we always vouch for government polytechnics. However, we also strongly vouch for very high quality private training establishments. It's purely because they are industry experts. For example, we work across a few other colleges as well. So we work with Media Design School, who's very popular with media design studies and creative studies. We work with another management school called NZMA. So we work with these schools individually, even though they are private training establishments. In the ACG group of institutions, they've got specializations in creative and hospitality. NZMA is a part of that. So we work with these very high quality private training establishments because they're industry experts. They have been doing this for years together. So their tie-ups are with the industry are very strong. Their association is very strong. They have people from the industry who come and teach. Plus, the added advantage with PIHMS is that they are industry experts. I just said that, but they have paid internship. That's very, very important to understand. Which because when you go out for a job in New Zealand, you will be required to show references, and who better than someone who's taught you, or the paid internship, where you work in a restaurant, in a hotel, them giving you a reference, makes a lot of impact on your CV and your chances of getting a job. With currently, with the COVID situation, the tourism industry has taken a hit, the hospitality industry has taken a hit. Be assured, New Zealand is one country who's very, very well equipped to bounce back quickly. New Zealand has been the adventure capital of the world. We are very, very certain, as a country, as an economy, that we might end up getting twice the number of tourists next year, where because there will be a lot of other countries that are open, but the way they have managed the entire situation, maybe you'll think twice to go and visit there. But New Zealand, the way we have managed our quarantine, our rules in isolation and things like that, to keep isolation and things like that, will attract more tourists, because we are taking care, we are ensuring that people are safe when they come in. So we believe that it's only a matter of time. It's a matter of time that the industry will come back, will bounce back, and even more harder. So that's what it is. Plus, we are likely to move into alert level 2 next week. Hence, we are soon to get back on our feet, very, very soon, than when compared to most other countries around the world. So yes, so even if you're taking a hospitality program, do it with confidence, purely because you're coming to one of the most hottest travel destinations in the world and the adventure capital. So I would recommend you to please do consider New Zealand and PIHMS for this particular program. So that's it about the school. So I will move into now answering your questions. So before we get started, certain ground rules for the session. All AJV clients start with saying, "Hi, I'm an AJV client." And please do mention your advisor's details, because my advisors are watching at the back, and instantly, the minute you post your question, the advisor who's taking care of your application will ping me and give me an update, because I've got my team on backup. Hi team, they're on the Skype. That's our what do you say? Our meeting zone. We've been doing this for so long already. So I think we've done it for over 7 years now. Yeah. So on Skype, our business. So we're already very used to, being online, staying home and working. So it's a cakewalk for us. So my team is there on backup to answer any questions or any updates you would require. Those who are non-AJV students, or who are first time watching this session, or first time you're asking asking us something, asking a query, or you would like to work with us, please do share your contact information. That is your phone number and your name, because without that, I won't be able to answer your question. Sorry, it's only fair that we at least get your contact number when we are answering your questions. Yeah. Also, when you're asking your questions, try and give me a brief background about your profile, so that it is easy for me to then answer to your questions. Just because it'll be easier for me to answer to a question when there is some kind of a background information. So I was supposed to print out a star. I completely forgot. I was supposed to print out a star and hold it up, because we're doing this thing where we are, what do you say? We are trying to help our team, our marketing team, to recognize some important questions, and to be able to cut it out and paste it. So I was supposed to print out a star, which I have not. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna do something creative. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna, okay. Okay, right. Let me see if there's anything interesting that I can hold up. I was supposed to. I completely slipped my mind. Okay. Right. Okay. I might as well draw a star, so that it's, I don't know if I can do that conveniently, but okay, interesting. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Looks like my drawing is pretty terrible. Okay, so I think for this particular, sorry guys, marketing team, I'll have to just do this, the normal way, or probably I can hold up my license card for this one. Okay, so every time I hold up my license card, it's an important question that you guys have to probably cut it out and start using. Okay, right. So I'm going to read out the question and answer your questions. Read it out and then answer it. Okay. Okay. The first one is Suneeth Unni says, any updates about border openings for international students? So at this stage, we don't know because the government has not officially announced. However, there is a lot of news going around that um, New Zealand is probably, thinking of opening the borders specifically for international students. So there is a good chance. However, I won't be sure. It's an important question. It's a question that a lot will have. So I just answered even without your phone number. But yeah, stay tuned to our group, Suneet, so that you will get the answer for that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Okay. Next question, we've got Jitin Prasad, who says, hello, Mary. I would like to share a small information. I am an AJV client. As Immigration New Zealand has given permission for all international students to work full-time for essential service. Hence, to work, a full-time employer should give all our visa details and passport details and submit an online application. Then we get an email regarding our visa been reconditioned to work full-time till level 2 and plus 6 weeks from 2 level 2 date. Most of the student does not know this clause, so just wanted to update. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jitin. Jitin is one of our students. So guys, all you watching this stream here in New Zealand, your employer will be required to inform immigration so that there is a variation of condition added to your visa that you can work full time. So please, it is important. Please get this done. If you haven't already got it done, please contact your employer and have it done. Otherwise, you will obviously have issues tomorrow when you apply for further visas. Contact your employer and get this sorted on priority. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jitin, for that information. You've really been helpful. Yeah. Okay, so the next question we've got is from Subir Hussain. Says, I've got a few questions regarding post-graduation here. What about reopening the universities for masters? And if yes, when can we apply for the next semester? Can anyone apply without Ielts in New Zealand? Okay, Subir, very important questions. If you can please come back and give us your phone number, I'll be able to answer that for you. Thank you. Okay, we've got Anand D Infinity says, hi Anand, how are you? Hope you're well. Call us sometimes and say hello. It's been a while that we had a chat. It'll be good to see how you're doing. Give us a call sometime. Hope you're well. Thank you. Next, we've got Henok G. Bea, who says, hello, may I finished my BSc by 2.4 by 4 GPS and want to continue my graduate diploma in construction in ARA Institute of Canterbury. Do you think my grade is acceptable? Henok, can you please come back and answer add your phone number so that I can answer that question for you. Thank you. Okay, we've got a very old friend, O'Neill, who comes in every week after week, and ensures that he watches this live stream. O'Neill, I did get your link today also about the news for international students. Thank you very much for staying in touch. So O'Neill says, so O'Neill is someone who's already in the industry in hospitality. He has worked as, duty manager and resort manager in some of the best places here in New Zealand. So he is giving us feedback about PIHMS. Please keep an eye on that. Yeah. So he says PIMS is very well and lovely campus in New Plymouth. It is one of the best hospitality schools. I recommend PIHMS if you choose hospitality schools, being 18-year experience in hospitality management. So he's somebody with 18 years of experience and he's vouching for the school. So please do consider PIHMS as one of your options if you're considering study in New Zealand, right? Okay, Sabir has come back and given his number. Thank you very much, Sabir. So Sabir says, what about universities reopening? As I just mentioned, Sabir, most of the universities have told us that they are proceeding with the July intakes. They they are already operating. They are not changing anything. But about international students being able to come in and do the course will be a bit of a challenge with the border restrictions. Okay, so the universities are still running the course. You can go ahead and apply, no problem. However, we don't know whether you'll be able to get your visa on time because of the border restrictions. So my recommendation is go ahead and apply. If there is a miracle happens and the borders are reopened before July and your visa is already in the system, you still have a chance. If you don't even apply, you won't have a chance. So if you don't even apply and make an offer, get an offer and put in your visa application, you won't have a chance. So my recommendation, and we keep saying this over and over to all our inquiries, is guys, please do apply, because in case the border restrictions are lifted, you are already ready, you're in the system, and they will prioritize all the applications that are already there in the system. So it is important to understand, unless and until you set it in motion, if tomorrow there is a miracle that happens and the border restrictions are lifted, I won't say miracle, it is about to happen, it will happen, but if it happens much earlier than we anticipated, you're at least prepared. Okay, so hence my recommendation, please go ahead and apply. My team will connect with you. In fact, your inquiry, because you're based out of India, your lead will come to my team. Hence, we'll be able to address that. One of my team members will get in touch with you here in New Zealand, and then we will take it forward from there. So we thank you very much. Jitin Prasad says, hello, Mary. You also wanted to know, I'm doing my graduate diploma in sales and marketing, and the course gets over by November 2020. What kinds of sales and marketing role will help us for PR? Good question, Jitin. Very important question. Team, can you please make a note of this question? So Jitin's question is, I'm completing a graduate diploma in sales and marketing. The course completes in 2020 November. What are the sales and marketing roles which will help us for PR? This is a very commonly asked question. Now, when you apply for a resident visa, you need to be at a certain skill level to be able to qualify with a certain salary threshold. Now, there is a myth in the migrants here, and I'm going to bust that, saying that not always does a course, after you do a business course, you need to be a manager. Okay, in certain areas, yes, but not in all areas of business. For example, in marketing, if you are even at an entry level position of a marketing coordinator or a marketing executive, you are at a skill level 1 and you're good enough if you're meeting the salary threshold. If you are even an entry level position, this is in marketing. However, in sales, it's a little tricky. Now, not all sales roles, say for example, the sales representative roles are in skill level 1 and 3. They are in skill level 4. In that scenario, you will be required to either work as a manager or look at specific sales areas like ICT sales. Okay, ICT sales is an area which is in skill level 1, 2, and 3. At that role I'm talking about. Okay, when you sell ICT products. Okay, so as I said, in sales, there's only one which will come, one or two areas which are there, which is one is a managerial position, of course. Second will be ICT sales. However, in marketing, any position in marketing will be qualifying you for a resident visa as long as you meet the salary threshold. It's a full-time permanent job and you meet the requirements of 160 points. Okay, I hope I've answered that to you, Jitin, clearly, and team, you've made a note so that you can use this to make those additional videos. So what my team is doing is we're pulling out these important questions and making separate videos out of them. So that's the reason I had to repeat that. So I hope I've answered that to your that you've understood that question, Jitin. Otherwise, pick up the phone and talk to us. We are here in New Zealand. Call us on our toll-free number 0800 696977, which corresponds to 0800 my NZPR. Okay, yeah, we are clever. I mean, not me actually. It was coined by Arun, but yeah. So it says, it's when you type on the phone, it's my NZPR. Okay, it's 696977. Right. So we'll talk to you soon, Jitin. Going to the next question. Suchindra Subramaniam, he says, hey, hi ma'am, this is Suchindra, my number is. Thank you very much, Suchindra. He says, I'm already in touch with Lydia. That's great. So you're already an AJV client. I just wanted to know which course would be best for me and my wife to move to New Zealand. My main intention is to move to New Zealand. I have 7 years of experience in hospitality as a chef, and my wife has completed her computer science engineering, but she has no experience and has completed her graduation in 2018. So, Sudhindra, sorry, I was saying Suchindra. I'm so sorry. It's Sudhindra. So I'm okay, team. This is an important question. Sorry, it's an important question. So please make a note. I'm going to repeat that question. Um, I have 7 years of experience in hospitality industry as a chef, and my wife has completed computer science but has no experience. She has completed her graduation in 2018. Which will be the best program to take up? Okay, your situation, we need to look at it in totality. So obviously, if you mentioned to me your wife's qualification, that means both of you are willing to be able to study. So in this situation, see, you're working in hospitality, but if you do, you can either come into a culinary program, okay, or you could do a postgraduate program, a master's in hospitality, like PIHMS, for example. It'll be amazing if you can come into that master's program, where your wife will be able to come in on a work visa, and she, being a science graduate, a engineering, computer engineering graduate, she'll be able to go out and look for jobs in IT. That is one possibility. However, we always will advise the person who's stronger in this equation to come on a work visa, because that's when you achieve your goal of getting to your resident visa as soon as possible. In your scenario, uh, because your wife does not have experience and she's got a gap, I would recommend actually her to study, and for you to come in and look for a job as a chef, because I'm sorry guys, because chefs are in the long term skill shortage list of New Zealand. And if she comes in and studies a master's in IT, you can come in and look for jobs. She could also look for jobs, but because she's got a gap in her education, maybe she's not prepared for the industry yet straight away to get in. She's got 2 years of gap. So the best will be for her to go back, gain some knowledge in IT, and improve upon her skills. However, again, I'll be honest with you. I would like to, look at your profile in a much, much better manner. Okay, so you're saying that it'll be comfortable if she could study and I could work. Absolutely. So that's what my advice is. So if um that I'd say that will be the best thing to do. She can do a master's in IT. There are some amazing programs in IT that you could look at. So have a word with Lydia and share this feedback of mine. I'm sure she is watching this session, so she will also pick it up. So have a word with her, and she will discuss with you what are the IT courses that are available, so that you can just sorry guys, I got distracted. So she'll be able to pick it up, right? Okay, next. Okay, so I see some questions that have come in. Deep Chal, but you have not given me your number. Can you please come back, Deep, and answer that? Add your number so that I can answer to your question. Rules are rules. Even I can't bend it. Yeah. So, Sudhindra, so have a chat with Lydia and she'll help you. Okay, so the next one is from Aditya Dhawan, who is an AJV client. He wants to know, is it good for master's program? EIT, okay. So he wants to know if EIT has a good master's program. Okay. Number one, Aditya, I have no clue which masters you're talking about. Otherwise, also, EIT is a government polytechnic, and we have absolutely no doubts about the quality of the courses and the institution. Hence, I recommend you to consider that option. And there's no doubts about the delivery or the content or the quality of the courses all offered by government polytechnics. Hence, I recommend you to go ahead with a master's at EIT, as long as it meets your requirement. Aditya, you've given us a very weird number. Is that an India number? Okay, you'll have to give us your international code also, Deep. Okay, so so you're here in New Zealand. I'm so sorry, Deep. I thought that was Aditya. Okay. So Aditya, yeah, so that's my answer. You can go ahead and discuss with your advisor on this. Okay. Thank you. And okay, so Deep has come back and given me his number. So he's based here in New Zealand. I'm going to answer this question for you, Deep. Deep says, hi, I've done a level 5 and 6 in IT and used my 1 year job search visa. Was on a job search on 8th August 2018, but I have to take level 7 in it. Is that I'm eligible to get more job search visa? Okay, this is complicated. Okay, Deep, you'll have to talk to me. Okay, you call me straight away because your case is not straightforward, and I'd really like to see what you have done and what you would like, because you're also a bit confused as to what you want to study. So if you want to know whether you're eligible for another course and then again a post study work visa, you've got to pick up the phone and speak to me here in New Zealand. Give us a call. Thanks for your number as well. We'll try to reach out first thing on Monday. So you can, or in the meanwhile, can you please send me your certificates of your level 5, level 6, and your query to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Send me your documents. First thing on Monday, I'll talk to you. Okay. And we will sort this out for you. Don't worry about it. Because you're here in New Zealand, it's a good opportunity that you go ahead and study again. Yeah. Okay, Sabir comes back and says, thanks for answering those queries. Sorry, I had two more questions. Can I apply for masters without Ielts? My wife has just completed her undergraduation. If she is accepted for post graduation, will we be able to have a spouse visa along with the full-time work permission? Okay, Sabir, IELTS is not a mandatory requirement. However, you need to meet the English language requirements. Okay, so based on your qualification, there could be a possibility that you may not have a waiver straight away. However, you could. It will be a case to case basis. So I have also known that if you have studied a qualification in the past 2 years, certain universities do also waive English language requirement. You need to meet English language requirements some way or the other. So it's a very case to case thing. So when you talk to us, we will explore all that opportunities. Otherwise, see, anyway, you will have to take your IELTS or TOEFL. Both of you will have to do it once you come here to New Zealand. So you will have to do it anyways. So you might as well do that now and meet that requirement. Okay. So yes, if your wife does take a master's program, then you will be eligible for full-time work rights and come along with her, provided you meet the partnership requirements. Yes, that's possible. So discuss all these questions with your advisor, whoever contacts you, right? Thank you. Okay. Okay, next question is from Wajid Rahman. Wajid, you posted a question, but I'd like your phone number before I answer that. Thank you. Muhammad Hafizuddin also has a question. Muhammad, can you please come back and add your phone number so that I can answer? Let me quickly switch to YouTube and see what's happening there. Okay, so we've got Prachi Gadkari who says hi. Prachi also has a question, but Prachi has not given us. Prachi, have you given us your number? Okay, you have. Thank you very much, Prachi. So Prachi says, how will this pandemic affect immigration to New Zealand from India? Well, we don't see any effect. Sorry, I would say any negative effect. Okay. At this stage, yes, there are delays. There would be delays. However, we don't think that the interest for New Zealand has remained. None of our clients are panicking in the pandemic because number one, I think as an agency, we are staying positive. We know that New Zealand has the capacity to be able to come back quickly and open the borders and accept international students. The only concerns, obviously, will be of bank closures or say not being able to get things done like PCC or medicals and being able to apply for a loan or showing your funding ability. That could be the only challenge at the States. Besides that, the immigration office being shut in India is another challenge. Besides those, we don't see any problems, Prachi. And I think if you are interested, please do continue with your plans. If you are considering to study in New Zealand, there's a good chance you can come in this year itself. So please do talk to your advisor, whoever contacts you from AJV. We are very good in keeping spirits high. So please do talk to us and we'll be able to assist you further on this, right? Okay, so the next question we've got Pratik Singh. Pratik has a question, but I don't see Pratik's number here. So, right, Pratik has given us his number, so I'm just going to answer that as well. Pratik says, "Hi, I'm keen to migrate to New Zealand along with my wife and kid. I have experience of 13 years working in telecom and hardware. Sorry, healthcare. Sorry, telecom and healthcare in marketing. Kindly advise a right pathway. Which professional course can I opt for?" Pratik, interesting combination of. Okay, so you're saying you're working in telecom and healthcare industry. Okay, and as marketing. Okay, so if you are a marketing professional, I would recommend you to come in on a program which will widen your scope of getting a job. Marketing jobs are plenty in New Zealand, as I just mentioned. That also marketing roles, even at entry level roles, you'll be able to qualify for a resident visa as long as you meet the minimum salary threshold. So but when you come to New Zealand, it's always better to widen your scope of a job. Hence, we always advise people to do an applied management program. However, I've seen a lot of people who have come into pure marketing kind of programs and they have done extremely well as well. So it totally depends on what you would like. If you've got so many years of experience, obviously you've had a gap in your education. It's been a while. It'll be good for you to go back and brush those skills off a bit, gain some new skills, because I think under marketing, digital marketing is the next big thing. So I'd say come and study a program which does have an element of digital marketing. um, Companies here in New Zealand, we've been doing a lot of research about the kind of jobs that are there in marketing. So if you are into marketing, in countries like India, it's very defined. But in New Zealand, you are expected to play multiple roles. So if you come in as a marketing executive, you are expected to also have skills, technical skills like Adobe and Photoshop and InDesign and couple of other publisher and kind of things. So it is important that you have multi skills, because companies are normally very very small in New Zealand. They're say 10 or 15 people, and where they can't hire one designer, one this thing, one marketing person, one social media person. They would expect one person to do all this. So you will need to learn a range of skills and not just be focused on saying, okay, I'm just a strategist, I'm just going to sit and strategize and give brainstorming ideas. You will have to be able to gain other skills. Only then you will be able to crack that job. Okay, so that's what I recommend. Do talk to us and we will discuss this at length when you do. Yeah. Prachi comes back and says, I'm planning to do project management from AUT. What are the chances to secure PR after completing the course? Is this the right pathway considering the current situation? Prachi, I don't know what background you're from, Prachi, because you're doing project management. Can you give me a bit of a little bit more information about your background so that I can answer that in much more clarity? Yeah, thanks. Just let me know what qualification you have and what work experience. Yeah. Okay. Yashavi Sharma says, I really want to know whether Immigration New Zealand NZ open for visas. I just said they're closed, so you would have posted that question even before I mentioned this. But yeah, they're still closed. Immigration New Zealand and India. However, many of the offices here in New Zealand are also shut. So it's going to be, we will know next week, hopefully, that if more and more offices are going to open. Yeah. Okay. Vavre Smita says, please send me free structure. Smita, can you please share your number? Oh, you have. Thank you very much. Okay. Smita, I'm not sure which course you're looking at. Fee structure. Okay, culinary arts. Okay, so I just mentioned that. Oh, sorry, that was hospitality. But if you're looking at something specifically in culinary arts, the fees can range anywhere between $18,000 to about $20,000 for 1 year program. Normally, culinary arts programs are 1.5 or 2 year programs. So when you do connect with us, we'll be able to share more information on that, Smita, with you. Yeah. Next, we have Bhushan Shrikar who says, should we go for Feb 2021 intake or June 2021 considering COVID? I'd say you should aim first at July 2020 because there is a good chance you'll still make it for July 2020. So um, I'd say get started, and there is a possibility that there are multiple intakes introduced. There's a possibility that the intakes will be preponed. Anything can happen. As I said, get started, and depending on what progress happens, whatever progress we have, then you need to work with the right people, Bhushan, who can direct you on this. Yeah. Okay. We've got Partha Sarathi. Okay, I've got some pings on um YouTube. Let me see. Okay, there's nothing from my team. Okay, I'm just gonna. Sorry. Okay. Right. So Parthasarathi says he's given his number. Thank you very much. So he says, I'm in touch with Sajata Sahadevan. Okay, that's good. I'm looking for supply chain PG diploma. I have 9 years of work experience in functional role within SEM. Suggest good university. Okay. Sarthi, I'd suggest if you're looking at the area of supply chain management, that's great, especially because you come with experience. It's good. There are a lot of programs available within supply chain, um, but why don't you have a chat with Sajita, because she'll be able to give you. See, over here in New Zealand, actually only about 4 or 5 institutions do offer courses in supply chain management. Okay. uh, so it is best you have a discussion with her, because she will know what your background is, and she will offer you the courses. And as I said, the courses are only a few of them. And so there's not much of an option you have between these programs. I'd say depending on the content, you just decide and go ahead. All the schools that offer the program are excellent in quality there, so there's no issues. So do have a word with Sajita, and she will sort that out for you. Yeah. Okay, we've got. Okay, Sajata Sarathi is suggesting that he wants a course specifically at a university. I think you must discuss with him about, okay, Sarathi, I'm just going to add one quick point over here is, in terms of job outcomes, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you study. It doesn't matter if you're studying at a government polytechnic, you're studying at a private training establishment, or at a university. You If you are getting the programs that you want at government polytechnics, you will be spending less getting the same quality of the course. And probably, in fact, government polytechnics are even more industry oriented programs, and they're more theoretical, practical in nature when compared to university. There must be a good reason why Sajita has given you these programs, and we take pride in ensuring that the courses for which our students are coming, they're excellent. Okay, it's very important, because you will not get the desired outcome if you come into a wrong program. So we take a lot of care. We call ourselves Education Migration Services Company is because we want to see you through. So do have another chat with her and tell her what your requirement is, and then explain to her what your objections are, what your concerns are, and I'm sure she'll be able to answer that for you. Okay, so do have a word with her, and then and if required, she will pull in a senior and discuss with you further. Okay. um Okay, next question we've got Rajat Sachdev, who says, which better is university is better for masters in construction, Massey or AUT? Rajat, please share your phone number. It is important that you give us your number before I answer that question for you. Thank you. Sangeeta Mohindra also has pasted a question. But Sangeeta, can you please share your number so that I can answer that question for you? Thank you. Okay, let me quickly jump into Facebook and see what's happening here. Okay, I'm live in both these places. I keep switching windows and checking. Okay. Sunil Kumar has asked us a question, not given us his number. I'm going to skip that. Okay, Vajid has given me his number, so I'm just going to go back and answer. Vajid says, ma'am, I'm a cricket player. I want to play cricket on New Zealand. On New Zealand, how can I go? Okay. Vajid, I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how it works. There is a category called a talent accredited category. a work visa where you could possibly join, and get a work visa to come in to play sports and things like that. However, you will need to be at a certain level player already in your country, a recognized player in your country, to be able to get that category of visa. Um so what you do is, thanks for giving your number. So if you do want to explore that, as I said, you need to be at a certain level. So I'm not really sure what level cricket you play in your country. So do send us some more information. I see you're based in Dubai. So do send us some additional information on immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. We'll see if something's possible for you, and we'll get back to you on that. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Mohammad Hafizuddin has given his number, so I'm just going to quickly scroll up and answer his question. Okay, he says, hi, my age is 34 years old with 10 years of experience in IT. I did my MSc Computer Science. Kindly advise the best way for migration. Okay. Hafiz, in your situation, because you're expecting for immigration advice regarding your assessment as to what pathways you must select for immigration to New Zealand, I would suggest you to send us your CV and of your spouse to info at AJV Global. That is info at AJV Global, with yours and your wife's CV. One of our advisors, licensed immigration advisors, will assess your profiles and advise the best pathway. Yeah. Thank you. Next, we've got Rajveer Gupta, who says, is there a difference between NZTC and other universities for ECE? Rajveer, thank you very much for posting your question. The simple answer is no. Okay, now please understand that in New Zealand you need to be registered to work as a teacher, and the courses that both NZTC offer or any other university offer have been approved by the Teachers Council of New Zealand. So the answer is no. However, the programs at NZTC will be more, would you say, practical oriented. In fact, the courses even at universities will be practical oriented, but the fee difference will be huge. I think that the fee difference between both these institutions will be nearly $10,000, where you will get the same quality and probably even more industry connects at NZTC. They are smaller classes when compared to a university, and the list goes on. So yes, if you've got that kind of money, you can go to a university, but otherwise I think you'll have equivalent or the same or better opportunities studying also at NZTC. It's not going to make any difference. Again, NZTC is a specialized institution and industry expert, so I would recommend you to definitely consider NZTC, because I think you need to also uh, take up cost effective options, and that's why you should consider NZTC. It will save you a lot of money. Yeah. Thank you. So next question, we've got Peter Paul David, who says, hi, I've sent my query since Monday on Messenger, sent all my number and everything, no response. Okay. Peter, I see that you are based 9-2, you're based in Pakistan. So one of my team members from India is supposed to connect with you. So I will, team, can you please make a note of Peter Paul David? He's waiting for a response. Marketing team, could you please check which advisor has this connect and ensure that Peter is contacted as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, Rahil Gul says, good evening, ma'am. Is there any chance to get work permit? Rahil, please give us your number so that I can answer that for you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Smita on who's posting questions on YouTube. Sorry, I think you're posting questions in Hindi, and it's very difficult for me to, read those questions out in Hindi and answer. Can you please type proper English so that I can answer that for you? Thank you. Rajat Sachdev, thanks for your number. I'm going to answer your question. Rajat asks, okay, Rajat, I will answer if you've given us your number. You don't have to get so worked up. Right. He's getting very upset. He's typing again and again saying, please answer my question. Okay. Rajat says, which university is better for masters in construction? Both are good. I think I won't be able to make that choice for you, Rajat, purely because it depends on the papers that you want to study. Both have different content. You will have to decide as to what content you would like to study. In terms of quality, in terms of outcome, it'll all be the same. But if I have to tell you, we have tracked good, outcomes for people who have studied in AUT. And yeah, if you are considering AUT, you should probably look at that, and most importantly, work with us. Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down and quickly see if we've got any more phone numbers. Okay, Sangeeta says she wants our email address. So you can write to info@ajvglobal.com, Sangeeta, and we'll be able to answer that for you. Thank you. Okay. Right. What time is it? Okay, we've got 7 minutes more. Rahil Gul, thank you so much, Rahil, for giving us your number. Rahil, unfortunately, there is no category of work visa where you can basically, it's an open work visa where you can come into New Zealand and look for a job. You will need to have a job before you apply for a work permit. So if you apply online and if there is any employer willing to give you a job, then possibly you could look at a work visa. But there are a lot of other issues of, proving that there were no New Zealanders for that job unless you are in an area of skill shortage. So it's all complicated. But then at the end of the day, it's a chicken and the egg story. You need a job first to get the visa. Sometimes when so but then if you go and ask the employers for a job, they expect you to have a visa. So the best thing is to be here in the country with um, be here, study here, and then look at the possible post-study work visa after you finish your course. So do consider the student pathway. There are no direct work visas to New Zealand. Okay, Ranjit, you wanted me to answer the same question, so I did. um I've already answered that, Ranjit. Ranjit, okay. And next we've got Mohammed Saheta, who says, is master study student research based, can attend lectures? Oh god. I don't know what exactly you're asking. Can you please rephrase your question? I really don't know what you're saying. Sunil Kumar says, hi Mary, please just check my message. I'm an HIV client. Okay. Sunil, I'll just go back and oh yeah, sorry Sunil, I just missed that question of yours. Okay, so Sunil says, hi, I'm an AJV client under UNIS guidance. We already had an offer from UC for July intake. We had an issue with uh, PF maturity. After opening, they do not consider instead 6 months or pay the fee and get visa on the same time. Okay, Eunice, can you give me a little bit more information about Sunil, because I have no okay, she's okay. If you're saying PF, there's no problem. You can take that directly. You don't have to wait for 6 months. So okay, why don't you just discuss this with Eunice and her manager, because I'm not getting clarity about this. So just have a word, Sunil. I think it's best to discuss with Eunice. If you're not sure, if you would like to speak to somebody else, who can help you with that, she'll be able to facilitate that. We have TLs who are experienced, who will be able to step in if there is any concerns. So if you're not able to get any clarity, do ask Eunice to kind of assist and bring in somebody senior to be able to help you with that. But I'm sure she will be able to find out and answer that for you correctly. Or do send an email to info@AJB Global, and we'll direct it to the right person as well. So that's how it is. Okay. Ramakrishna Tyagarajan says, hi, I need to pursue PhD in solar. I have a master's. Ramakrishna, can you please share your number so that I can answer that clearly for you? Okay, Eunice Sunil, Eunice has just given me some feedback on your profile. She says you've applied for a conditional offer from UC and you're planning to. Okay, Eunice, I need a little bit more information on what is his funds, what's the clarity of on funds he's asking. So if you can just come back and answer that for me, update that for me, that'll be good. Thank you. Okay. Right. Any other questions? Mohammed Saheta, can you please give me a phone number so that I can answer that question for you? Okay. Smita, thanks for that typing that out. So you're asking for scope. Okay, so the New Zealand, as I just mentioned at the beginning of the session, New Zealand is a tourism country. It's a very tourism oriented country, hospitality oriented country, because we are one of the best tourist destinations, and we've got one of the biggest hospitality industries here. Sorry, so there are definitely a lot of jobs in hospitality, but if you're looking at culinary, that means you'll be a chef. Chefs are in the long-term skill shortage. That means there is shortage of chefs in the country. So I would suggest you to definitely look at New Zealand. We've got very, very good job opportunities for chefs here, and good paying jobs here for chefs. Yeah. So just do talk to us, and my team will be able to assist you further on that. Okay. So we're almost about time. I've got one last question from Ramakrishnan. I'm going to answer that. He says he wants to do a PhD. I've done my master's in solar. I'm from India. So Ramakrishna, PhD is a slightly lengthier process and a more challenging process. It's not as straightforward as just applying for admission and getting an offer. So what happens with PhD is you are required to contact professors, and they will need to first approve your research proposal and agree to be your guide. If that happens, that's when you will be able to make a formal application. So it's a slightly lengthy process. um, so you need to start shortlisting your university based on your research projects. There are just only 8 universities who do PhD in New Zealand, so you might as well spend some time on each of their websites, look at what the research topics that they are already working on, and based on that you can go ahead and put in your inquiries and contact the professors. If somebody agrees, do agree to become your guide, your mentor. That's when we will be able to put in a formal application to the international office, and subsequently it'll be the visa application. So have a word with my team members and they'll be able to discuss this in detail for you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I am tired now. It's Friday, guys, and I don't like to do these live sessions on Fridays because it's the end. I start work at about 9 in the morning. I do certain hours through the day because I've got a team here in New Zealand. I've got team members in. I've got a team member in Malaysia. And I've got a team member in India. There's one in UK. If she goes back to UK and she starts, that's another crazy timeline. But I work through the day. So for me, it's 10:30 p.m. here, and I'm a bit exhausted. And it's Friday, and I'm yet to go and get my drinks. So yeah, I hope. I think I'm going to wrap up now. We're almost at the end of all the questions. All those who have shared your phone number, you will get a connect with from my team. I'll just before closing, I'll just share email addresses, phone numbers that you can contact us. If you would like to ring us from within New Zealand, you can call us on our toll-free number 0800 696977. If you're calling from within New Zealand, from within India, you can call us on 0800 103 6525. From any other part of the world, I think best thing will be to send us an email. You can email to info@ajvglobal.com so that you will be directed to the right team. Any direct immigration queries, if you would like to send through, say, assessments and stuff like that, if you want to get our profiles to be assessed, also please send it to info@ajvglobal.com. Based on where you are located, we will assign the query to an advisor and we will get it responded as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's time to wrap up for the weekend. Thank you very much, Kakite Ano, and we are here every week. As I said, we'll be back here on Monday. Arun will be doing a session on Monday, so stay tuned, like and share if you like this channel, and keep watching. Thank you. Good night.